will kick it off to get us underway. And he's going to try to return this one. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The Razorbacks offense will have the ball first. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off in defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
He's got an open man. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
He's got his man. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. The Razorbacks come to the line with a new set of downs. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man downfield. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
Well, that was a dart right there. He's going to give Arkansas a chance, because in the old days in the SEC, you had to run the football if you were going to win championships. Today, you better be able to get it done through the air. When you think of all the great play callers in this league and all the Heisman Trophy winners this league has seen at the QB position in recent years, you better be able to do it throwing the ball. This guy, I think, gives Arkansas a chance with his arm.
And the Razorbacks, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking to fire. Got his man on the right. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game, because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs. So the Colorado Buffaloes offense will go to work for the first time today. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David. It's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed. He's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game.
Turning it on! Picks up the first down. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. First and 10 from their own 17. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Flips it out on the screen. Crosses the 30. And at the 45 on its way. And the big gain, they've got it on the 46. The execution on that screen pass is one that will go in a coaching clinic.
Nice execution on the screen. Allow the rush to come upfield. Now I release, get the ball to the running back. I got my playmaker in space. Nice chunk yardage play right there by the offense.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And the Buffaloes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Leaves it with the running back. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
In these short yardage situations, it all comes down to the up front. Like, who can win the battle up front? Can you get a hat on the hat? They do. This offensive line, they get on the D-line, they create just enough space, understand short yard situation, fall forward, and get a first down.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Give to the single back. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. Got some work to do on 2nd down after that last one. They need 13. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. It's complete. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but we're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football. They're on 3rd down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
They will score! Touchdown, Bucs! Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Trying to turn the corner on the left. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Kane. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Razorbacks send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Hauls it in, looking for space. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. There he goes!
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I love having guys that have the ability to make something happen after they catch it. Simple hitch route, right? Okay, give me some extra yards. Get me a 1st down after the play. Nice job by the wide receiver.
And And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter.
Hey! Don't growl at me!
These quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat
Your
lines.
dog just growled at me for trying to take the ball. What are you doing? I'll send you to the next century.
They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second.
Biscuit, no. Go. Lay down. Like moving and was about to fall.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets...
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has.
Right here.
Corral the quarterback for a loss.
Go.
Now,
Over there. You know where to go. 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 Nala, move. Go. Nala, go.
This drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He lofts one down the sideline. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And the Razorbacks will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And on
Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
this offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no aim.
Touchdown, Buffaloes! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. This time it's complete.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Razorbacks will try to pin them back with the punt. And the returner will be dragged down. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
And the defense did a good job stringing that play along, and you could tell he didn't make a decision quickly and kept going towards the sideline and pushing towards his right, and then the defense caught up, played great.
Breaks into the open. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. The Buffaloes come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Fires to the wideout. Working on the right. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And the Buffaloes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. At the 20, he's got space. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Well, for him not to hand that ball off on the RPO, the quarterback obviously saw something he liked there in the left flat, but it wasn't open, and as a result, it's an incompletion.
This time he's got it. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense, 1st and goal from the 7.
Another first down. Man, this defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. It's that bad.
Now the toss. Oh, he got loose. Touchdown, Colorado. Great job by the back on the option. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And they tacked on the extra point.
Defense has to do a better job with their assignment football, trying to slow this option play down. Someone has to account for the dive, the quarterback, and the pitch man. That time they were missing the pitch man outside, and that's why he scored.
And the returner will be knocked down. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime. Turning it on! And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. And the Razorbacks want to pick up the tempo. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Good timing on the quick out. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Makes the catch. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Just keep swinging it. Under fire. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Snagged in the middle. It's Kane. He's loose. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. You just saw it right there.
And that one is picked up in the end zone.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
He'll start this drive going to the air. Got his man on the outside. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Makes the grab down the left side. They make the stop, but man, oh man, did he almost get a score on the final play of the half. A big gain. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far today in Boulder, and welcome in to the halftime update. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys more than a mile above sea level at Folsom Field.
All right, Kevin about ready to start the second half here. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll pull it on the read. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll leave it with him. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. From the gun. Give on the inside. There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
In halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead. But you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in the second half.
You're absolutely right here. And I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good second down situations.
He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. And the Buffaloes have it in scoring position on first and goal. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Second and goal for the offense. Wants to go up top. Flips it out to the back. Touchdown, Bucs! And they take it in for 6 more points. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
Hogs send that offense back onto the field. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. The give on the option.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll send the back in motion. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
Looking to throw on 3rd. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field, because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
Got it in the middle, it's Carney. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. Guys, Colorado has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive... comeback. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Motion from the back. Looking to throw on 1st down. Caught in the backfield. It's Morris. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. So they'll send out the field goal unit. Oh, he missed it. No good. And they missed a field goal, so something has gone wrong today. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. And the misconnection on the first attempt. See if he gets a little looser. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Picked off. He'll try to take it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yards. get another look at this offense. Handoff from the gun. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand. And more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Caught in the backfield, it's Webb. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Handoff from the shotgun. Still on his feet at the 45. Oh, he's got some space. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. The Razorbacks, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Snagged out of the air.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games and we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
And the Razorbacks come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Wide open downfield. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, it has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where their playmakers need to step up.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Going for 6. Picked off to stop the threat. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.